Today in this video, we are going to learn about the various types of changes that matter undergoes. So the types of changes occur around us. So let's see what is the first type of change. There are some changes which takes place very slowly. So those changes are called slow changes. For example, revolution of planets around the sun. When a seed changes into a plant, it takes several days for the seed to convert it into a plant. So this is also a slow change. And also the change of the season which takes place over the year. So this is also called as a slow change. So these are few examples of the slow changes which occur around us. Now same way we have some fast changes also which take place at a very fast rate. For example, melting of ice. If you keep an ice cube on a table, it melts immediately. So it's a very fast change which occurs. Firecrackers, they are very fast. And also the volcanoes, they spread very fast. So these are all very fast occurring changes. So the first category of changes is the slow changes and fast changes. Now after this, let's go to another category of changes, reversible and irreversible changes. So what are the examples of the reversible changes? Like melting of ice or ice cream, you can again keep the melted ice cream in the refrigerator and then you can get the ice back. So this is a reversible change. Similarly, when you heat the chocolate, it melts, and after some time, if you refrigerate the melted chocolate, the liquid chocolate, you again get the solid chocolate back. So this is also a reversible change. Whereas the irreversible changes cannot be reversed back. Like in the firecrackers, a chemical reaction takes place which cannot be reversed back. Similarly, if an egg is broken, you cannot join the broken egg back to get a whole egg. So these are some irreversible changes which occur around us. So this is the second category of changes, reversible and irreversible. Let's go to the next category of changes, periodic changes and non-periodic changes. There are some changes like change in the season or revolution of planets around the sun which take place periodically, like day and night. These are all periodic changes. See the examples. And what about the non-periodic changes? These are the changes which can occur at any point of time. Like these are some examples of non-periodic changes also. So these are the third category of changes, periodic and non-periodic. Let's go to the next category. See, we have milk and we want the milk to be converted into butter so that we can use it. Similarly, we have eggs and to eat, we convert them into boiled eggs. So these are some changes that we want. So these are the desirable changes which are taking place. Similarly, when we have desirable changes, then the same way we should have some undesirable changes. For example, flood, this is undesirable for us. Volcanoes, this is also undesirable. So we have desirable changes and we have some changes which are undesirable also. Now let's see what is the other type of change. We have ice. If you heat ice, it converts into water. If you heat water, it converts into water vapor. So water from solid state converts into liquid state and then into gaseous state, which means the physical state of water is changing. So this kind of change can be called as a physical change. Similarly, we have water and we add in some sugar and we make a solution. This is also called as a physical change because we can evaporate water and we can get the sugar back. So these are the physical changes. Similarly, we have some chemical changes also. For example, when you have oxygen and hydrogen combining together to give water molecule, this is a chemical reaction. So this is a chemical change. Rusting of iron is a chemical change because iron reacts with oxygen to form iron oxide, which is a chemical reaction again taking place. So this is a chemical change. Then we have photosynthesis, which is again a chemical change. We have any type of burning, burning of a piece of wood or burning of paper, burning of anything is a chemical change which takes place in the presence of oxygen. So these are all called as chemical changes. Now let's see how these physical and chemical changes are different from each other. So let's discuss some points. Now physical change is a temporary change which can be reversed back again, but in case of chemical change it's a permanent change. Now in case of physical change, new substances are not formed after the change, but new substances are formed when a chemical change takes place. Now the product of a physical change will have the same property as the original substance, but in case of a chemical change the product will have different properties than the original substance. Now as we discussed, physical change is a reversible change, whereas chemical change is irreversible change. Now in case of physical change, heat and light are not involved. But in case of chemical change, heat and light are absorbed or given out at some point of time. So these are some important points of differences between the physical and chemical change. Now there is a type of change which we can relate to the absorption and evolution of heat. Those changes are known as endothermic and exothermic changes. Now endothermic changes are those type of changes during which heat is absorbed. For example, melting of ice, cooking of food or boiling of water. During all these processes we supply heat and then the process takes place. So these are called as endothermic changes. Similarly, we have some exothermic changes in which heat is released, like burning of wood, respiration, condensation of steam. So during these processes heat is given out. So these are known as exothermic changes. So we have covered up different types of changes which take place around us. I hope this lesson was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.